Hello and welcome back to this course. Right now you can see that I am in my Pinterest account and I want some reference image for our characters clothes making. So I think that I have chosen a image. Let me show you where that image was. I think that style is very good for our character, which is this one, and we are going to create that um, image, actually create the clothes for our character. Let me do that. What this is there is no way to download this clothes is also looks awesome. Let me download this also. Search by email, copied, nope. Okay, you can see the download option is here. Let me download this, and we have finally downloaded this image, which is our cloth. Do you like it? We will going to create this awesome uh, clothes from scratch, and to do this let me open our character project. Let me open my character project. Where is Adobe Animate CC? It is here. And let me enable this effect. It's taking time. Okay, now what? Let me open my project, which is this. Okay, now it's open, which is this character. We are going to draw this character from scratch. What we can do actually, add some reference image, import. Let me create here on two layer on the bottom side. Okay, let me add something, but first let me determine which is our image we are going to use. Downloads. What image is this here? Okay, this image will be our face. So yeah, that will be our face will be okay. Now what I can do is simply import import to stage. This time I will search my image like this way and I will import this. Okay, now we have this, but let me adjust its size. I'm holding shift and doing this drag thing on the corner of this edge. Later on we will fix the issue here. But first let me adjust this more. Okay, let me undo this. Control plus Z can do undo. Now let me enable this. Let me hide everything again, and this time I'm only revealing this joint layer. And now let me create a neck. This will be our neck. Okay, now what we can do is simply copy this, Control plus C to copy this circle, and this time I will hide everything again and only revealing this face image which we are going to draw from scratch. Okay, now what I can do is simply name this as a face BG. Okay, now let me lock this layer. Now we don't have to uh, I mean we don't need to click on here. Okay, this time I'm going to create a face here, and let me copy our circle, which is this one, and this will be touch here. I think we need to do something. Let me adjust this a little bit, and I will just adjust it here. Okay, now what we can do, actually I need a bottom line like this way, and let me create another layer. And what we can do next, let me create a face Let me create a symbol again here. Name this as a face. Okay, let me copy this. I'm going to cut this and pasting on the next layer. Control Shift V. Now we can start drawing our character. Let me create um, let me hide this layer and let me create a base layer. Okay, let me also lock this bottom layer so we can't accidentally click on there. Now what we can do is actually I'm using a new method where I simply select this square shape tool, and I don't need any stroke, so I am going to click on this edge stroke color and I will select this red uh, cross line so that we don't draw strokes. Let me add this square shapes. Now we can begin our face creation. I need a point here, so I will going to hold control and simply click and drag, so you can add some point like this way. And let me adjust the existing point. Let me enable this wireframe mode so we have a clear picture of this, and we can adjust like this way. Let me add some point here. And we need a point here. We need a curved line like this way. And something like this way. Okay, we have successfully created its face shape. Now we are going to create its hair. Let me call this face, and let me create another layer, and this time I will call this hair. What I can do, simply create another shape from here, and this time I will also lock this face layer, and let me enable this wireframe mode so we can start our drawing. Let me add some point here. Okay, let me undo. Okay, let me select the selection tool, and then we can add some point like this way. Okay, we have some problem right now, but we can fix this. And we can add something like this way. Okay, we have finally created this. We have successfully created what I'm saying here. I have created this hair. His hair is looks awesome. Now what we can do is actually creating another layer on here on top of the face layer. We have created a hair here, and let me name this as a ear, and we can start drawing our ear. Let me add another circle. Let me lock all layers, and let me enable this Warframe mode. I have choose this selection tool, and we can start uh, shaping our ear. I need to hide everything also, so we have a better understanding. Okay, um, so we have a general shape of our ear. What we can do next is, let me draw our ear lines. And we need a line here. Let me connect this, and what we can do next, let me add something here also. Okay, we have drawn his ears. We can move on to drawing his eyebrows. Let me select this selection tool V. V is a shortcut key for selecting this tool. Once you draw your things, I think I have selected wrong. Let me cut this, and let me create another layer. Name this as a eye eyebrows. Let me paste our object on top of this, and let me hide this ear layer, and we can start drawing our eyebrows on here. Let me also enable this wireframe mode, and we can start drawing it. Let me select this selection tool and repositioning its coordinates. If sometimes snap to object bothering you, you can simply use a shortcut key, or you can find it from here. View, snapping, snap to object, and its shortcut key is Control Shift U. What I'm going to do is simply disabling this snapping option, and we can freely move our points. Okay, now this time I'm going to make his nose. Let me create another layer for this, and I will write down name nose. I will hit a OK. I mean enter, and we can start drawing this. Let me hide this also, and let me lock everything. and we can start drawing. Nope, I need one one value. Let me also enable this wireframe mode for better understanding. And here, let me select the selection tool, and I need to add some point here, and we can just make a curved line like this way and something like this. Now we have a curved line like this. Let me reveal everything and hide this. Okay, this looks amazing. Now what we can do, actually go back, and I will hide everything again. I think this will be our neck, and this will be our what? Our face. I will name this as a face, and I will hit OK. I mean enter. Let me hide this, and we just need to take and pick our skin color. To do this, you can use this eyedropper tool, which has shortcut key I. I'm going to press I, and you will see that. Okay, now what I can do, I will go inside of this face layer, and I will select the face layer, and I will unlock this layer, and I can color this layer like this way, and then I will go back and hide this, and I need hair color. Let me do that, and let me reveal the face layer again. Let me go inside on this symbol, and this time what I will going to do is selecting the hair, and I'm going to color this. Yes, I want to unlock it like this way, and most probably your ear will be here, and yeah, I will also color this, and I need a darker color here, So let me change the fill color. Come on. You can access the color wheel by clicking on here, and what I can do is I need a darker color. So what I can do actually, be saturation. Nope, nope. I'll cut. Let me go again. I can't believe this. It doesn't have any. Okay, what we can I do actually, I will pick the color from here. Let me enable our face layer, and we can simply go inside the layer symbol, and then let me fill the color like this way. And what we can do actually, we don't need a stroke here, and we need to delete delete a stroke here. But first let me change its lining. So we have a better understanding. I think it looks good. Let me hide everything, and let me reveal the space layer. Okay, and what this layer is? Our guide layer. Let me name this as a guide. Now what we can do, um, let me go back and let me hide everything again. I will pick this color this time, and I will go back to our face layer, and I will hide everything again, only revealing this face layer. And also I will enable this word frame mode, and selecting this face, sorry, hair layer here. Okay, we can choose this brush, classic brush mode, and we can start coloring this. I'm using my mouse right now. Okay, I need to undo everything again. Let me uh, no let me enable paint selection. Now we can draw. Yes, it's working. We can increase the brush size. Let me undo. Let me change the brush size. What I'm doing is actually shading our hair. Let me see how our face looks like. It does look great. Now what we can do, I think everything has been created. Let me hide this layer and I need to select this color and let me show his face again. I'll go inside this symbol and what next we can do is revealing this nose layer. Okay, now what we don't need, but let me fill this. Okay, we have filled. Let me delete our nose like this. And what if I change our nose to 0.5? This one will also be 0.5. And we need to add this. Let me go back. How does it look? This looks okay. Now let me go inside, and this time I will choose the hair hair color, and we can start filling our hair. And this time I need to change this 0.5. This one also be 0.5. Let me go back. You can see that look, right? Now let me hide this face layer. This time we are going to draw our neck. We already have uh, this shape. But first let me go to the guide layer and revealing this. Its shape does look unusual. I don't care. Let me copy this, and this time I will paste here. Come on. This time I will paste here. Control X, Control Shift V, and let me enable this warframe mode, and we can easily adjust this. Use your arrow button on your keyboard, and you can adjust like this way. Now we have this level. Let me reveal this one, and I'm going to convert this to circle as a symbol and name this as a neck. Let me go inside, and I will going to adjust like this way. Okay, now let me create another new layer, and this will be named as a neck. Let me hide. Let me name this as a guide again, and I will hide this layer, and we can start drawing our neck. To do this, I'm going to use this uh, rectangle tool, but this time I'm going to hide this stroke color. Now I can simply draw. Okay, Let me undo this. And again, let me do this. Okay, now we can start making our neck. Let me draw this and let me enable this wireframe mode, and let me choose this selection tool V, and we can just start drawing it. Let me look at, does our snapping option is on? No, that is not on. Let me enable this. Control Shift U to enable the snapping option, and we can adjust this. So this will be our neck. But first, let me add some line like this. Now what we can do actually, we can add some lines like this way. Now we have created our neck. Let me go back. This time what we can do actually, let me color this. Let me go inside and we can fill this. Let me hide and I need a line here. Okay, let me color again and we can delete these extra lines. Let me select these lines and let me make this as a 0.5. What next we can do actually, add some line like this way. And we can adjust this like that way. Now we can use the fill color, but first let me go back and hide this layer and let me choose this color. Let me reveal this again and I will go inside and start filling the empty area. Let me color this again. And what next we can do, actually let me delete the extra thing. Okay, what next we can do, let me undo this. Now we need a line here. Now right click on the paint bucket tool, you will find the ink bottle tool. Let me select and we can start creating a line like this. Now we don't need the extra lining which is this one and this one also. Let me delete this. And we don't need is like this way, and we need a color here, but first let me change its stroke size to 0.5. We have changed this 0.5. Okay, 0.5. Now I need this color. I have picked it. Now I'm going inside this layer and let me fill this color from here, and let me go back and you can see that clearly. But first let me change something also. What? Let me convert this as a guide, but first let me see that how it looks. Okay, what next we can do? Let me go again and let me convert this as a guide, and we can see that a clear picture. Let me show my face again and let me go inside this layer. Let me turn this guide as a normal layer, sorry, guide layer, and you can see that our perfect shape face is ready for animation. What next we can do? Let me reveal everything to you. We are going to use this one. Now what we can do, uh, let me name this as a neck, and this time I will select this both layer and simply I'm going to drag like this way. Let me change its size. No, it's not matching. I think It looks good. Now what we can do, going inside of this layer, and I need to copy this, and let me turn this as a normal guide layer. Let me paste on here. Let me cut this, and I will just going to paste on joint layer. Let me enable this wireframe mode on the neck layer and the face layer, and we can adjust this on a perfect location. Okay, okay, what next we can do? This time, let me change the upper chest, which is this one, and we need to adjust this. What we can do actually, let me go inside this layer, and then I will choose this guide layer, but first let me go back and hide the chest layer. I need to copy. No, I don't need to copy. Where is the upper chest? Let me go inside and let me select only our guide layer, and this time I am going to enable this wireframe mode and disabling this base layer. Okay, I have selected everything. Let me undo everything again. Now I can change like this. Let me go back and let me enable everything. Okay, what next we can do actually, let me go inside and enable this guide layer as a guide, and we can see the clear picture. Let me hide our PG. Okay, and we can clearly see here a gap. To fix this issue, what we can do actually, I'm going to go here and I will hide this. Let me reveal everything, and I can use this paint bucket tool. Let me paint here and let me go back. I don't need joint layer visible, and let me change everything on second layer. I need strokes. Turn this as a guide. Turn this as a guide layer. Going inside of this layer, let me select. Okay, it is fixed right now. Now let me select this. Let me select only this two lines and paste on the base layer. Okay, let me go back and turn this as a guide. Turn this as a guide. And again, let me go inside this layer. We just need these layers and everything will be our guide. Convert this layer as a guide. Okay, now we are almost ready. To change this as a guide layer, This one also need to be fixed. And this one will be our guide layer. Finally, we have created our body, but first we need to fix something. Let me go inside, and what we can do, let me visible this, and we need these two lines on the baseline, and let me go back. This is our character, but we need to change our neck. Let me let me change something. I need to disable snapping option, snap to object option. To do this, I will simply going to use Control Shift U, and then I can select this option, which is free transform tool, and I can adjust like this way. Okay, now it's in center. Command set reg point to transform point. I will hit OK, and it looks good. So what we can do next, let me convert this layer as a guide again, and it will not show in our main timeline. So I think we have created our character, but let me do something to test this character. Let me change this on here, but first let me enable the object snapping, and we can do this. We have problem right now. Uh, what we can do next, Let me make some adjustment here. Only on neck side. Let me copy this layer, object I mean, and I'm going to paste on the next side. Let me unlock this layer again, and I will hide this. But first let me convert this. uh, okay, the both. What I need to convert this, right? So how I can do this? Control plus B, and we can start deleting our extra portions we don't need. Let me go again, select everything and delete. What next we can do, actually choose this color and fill, and we can add some line like this way. Let me do this again. There is no problem, which is a good sign. Now what we can do is, let me raise its height to make this a perfect shape. Let me add something extra point like this way, and delete some extra points, and I can add Let me hide this. Let me lock this layer. Let me lock this layer and let me choose these things. What next I can do, actually select and do something like this way. Same goes for this one. Now we can start filling colors. We need to undo and select this stroke and paste on here. Now we can fill the color. Let me go here and we can fill the color. Okay, we have finally created our character body. Now we need to create this vest, but on next tutorial. Right now, let's meet next on next video.